else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Cook like Cowboys. Make say wild boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Cowboys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver blue, you know the name. From the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a banks and a Dallas Spurs. Favorite team on the planet Earth. From Monday night to Sunday church. BGJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Too thick and thin and good and worse. Them Cowboys, click like Cowboys. Make say wild boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Cowboys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Cowboys. Make say wild boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Cowboys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that did it again. Them Cowboys, click like Cowboys. Make say wild boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Cowboys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Cowboys. Make say wild boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Cowboys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that did it again.
What's good, everybody? Anybody wants to jump on in here. Stevie Mac 23. What's good with you, Tyrone Church? How you doing, boo thing? You are right, Stevie Mac. I was just thinking about that before I actually went live. I was like, nah, damn. Everybody in their freaking mama's going live right now. Everybody talking about this damn Emmitt Smith thing, what he said about Dak. I'm going to play it right quick. If you ain't heard it, you probably heard it because everybody been talking about it today. And then we're going to talk about the fake news about Amari Cooper getting shot. Seriously? We're not even going to talk about that. We're going to talk about these receivers, though, and a lot of Amari Cooper talk. So we'll just talk about some, stats, breakdowns of them. Are the Cowboys going to franchise him? Probably. Are they going to tag him? Probably. And we'll see what happens, and we'll just talk and discuss about what may be happening, in my opinion, with these other guys, Randall Cobb, Michael Gallup, and then a bunch of, kind of no-names. And then we'll see if they go up in the draft and draft somebody high. Or is Dez Bryant coming back? You get what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff to talk about in a short amount of time. So we're going to get it in right now. Let me turn my Bluetooth off. I got my Bluetooth off too. On too. Let me turn that off. There we go. All right, so if you haven't heard about the Emmitt Smith thing, let me just pull it up. I mean, it's crazy. I thought it was crazy myself. I can't believe I'm not going to say I can't believe it, but it was just kind of crazy he said that stuff. But it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? So let's just listen to the Emmitt thing, and then we'll jump and talk about these receivers right quick. All right. How's everybody doing? Oh, good news. I got me a side job. Thank the Lord. Got me a side job, so I don't got to hear my boo thing's mouth. She ain't been talking trash, so no shot at you, boo thing. So just, cover some bases. But the biggest thing was I got on so we can knock out some things going forward, so I'm excited about that. But let's talk about this damn Emmitt Smith thing, man.
Free agent.
Amari Cooper.
Free agent.
And there's some others that are free agents. So,
how do you prioritize that?
I mean, Dak Prescott is a free agent.
Right. Byron Jones
is a free agent. Amari Cooper, free agent. And Dak Prescott is a free agent.
Right. Byron Jones
is a free agent.
Amari
Cooper, free agent. And there's some others that are free agents. So
how do you prioritize that?
I got to go with my quarterback.
Okay.
I got to protect my Dak Prescott.
Come on over here and show this damn thing. What's going on? Wait for this to come up. Do y'all still just see my face? My computer's acting weird. I think it's just now coming up. I kept on replaying it forever.
Scott is a free agent.
Right. Byron Jones
is a free agent. Amari Cooper, free agent.
Playing it back and forth.
And there's some others that are free agents. So
how do you prioritize that?
I got to go with my quarterback.
Okay.
I got to protect my running back by having a good quarterback.
And then you get to like Amari and Byron, and I look at Byron as one of the most underrated cornerbacks in the league. I look at Amari and the success he's had in a short amount of time, and we saw how that offense changed when all of a sudden Dak has a guy. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to decide between those two. If I go Dak first and then it's like he's going to ask for a lot of money, I don't know where I go next.
Well, Dak has to understand and maybe take another perspective. The perspective may not be all the money that you get.
Acting weird.
It may be how much of the money you're willing to leave on the table because the Cowboys is a marketable organization.
And so you got all that extra money.
If you are the face of the franchise, would it not, instead of taking 35, would you take 28?
Damn.
And leave some for Amari and pick up the other 35 through endorsements?
Listen to what Emmitt Smith said. First of all, Emmitt got his big contract before free agency hit. I think it was the next year when free agency hit or the year after was when free agency hit. So just listening to him right here saying that he should give a hometown discount. I don't know if he went over and talked to Jerry Jones because Jerry and Emmitt are buddies and boys for life. And I don't know if they went over and talked to each other or Jerry went over to Emmitt and said, hey, go throw this out in the media and make me look good again. I don't know if that happened. But for Emmitt to say that kind of stuff is kind of crazy to me because you were the main one when he had videos talking about he wanted to get his money, he wanted to get paid. And, yes, there was no salary cap then. So, yes, he was going to go after and get his money. But let's be real. If there was a salary cap going on then and there was this situation going on with running backs and he did everything that he said he was going to do, okay, as far as – Emmitt Smith being being the dog of the team. Okay, just going back and looking at that, I don't know nowhere in hell where Emmitt Smith would be sitting back saying, oh, you know what? We just won a Super Bowl. I just rushed for all these yards. And guess what? I'm going to take a team-friendly deal. I'm not going to get paid the highest or one of the highest paid. I'm going to make sure we can keep a Troy Aikman and a Michael Irvin and all. I'm going to make sure we can keep all them guys. So I'm going to take a severe pay cut and take less than what I'm owed. And I play football, so my career could be over in one play. And I play in the NFL, so I'm going to go ahead and take $10 million less because I want to keep my team together. Baloney. You wouldn't have did it. And just like a lot of people have talked about, he didn't say that to Ezekiel Elliott. He said Ezekiel Elliott better get all his cash and better get all his money and better get what he deserves. Okay, so I don't understand why Dak can't get what he deserves when you're telling your boy Ezekiel Elliott get his. Maybe because he was a running back like you. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know. But it's just kind of funny to me how you're talking all that stuff, but you're telling Ezekiel Elliott to get paid, and he's the highest paid running back in the league. You weren't talking about the cap then or being a team-friendly deal. You weren't telling him, oh, well, why don't you, because you're a running back and we still need to be able to sign a Cooper and them, why don't you go ahead and take 11 or 12 million, Zeke, so we can make sure we can keep everybody else. He ain't say that to Zeke, you know what I'm saying? But he's saying it to Dak. I personally just feel like Emmitt Smith don't believe in Dak because he said things before when they talked about the season. He said little things about Dak to me, and I believe he just don't believe all the way in Dak because he's always praising Ezekiel, and that's the forefront. When it comes to Dak, it's always this, we'll see. So, you know, I just find it funny that Emmitt Smith is telling people, you know, to take hometown discounts, knowing damn well he would have never took no hometown discount. He would have never did that. Well, I ain't going to say never because I ain't him. But if he's one of the best running backs out in the league, you think he would have took a pay cut? Hell to the no, he wouldn't have. So stop fooling everybody. Emmitt. What's good, Lord Nova 85, Root Glock, Tyrone? What's up with you, big dog? How's everybody doing today? Get on in here, man. Get on in here. I know everybody else is streaming. I know everybody and their mama streaming. They probably talking about the same damn thing, Emmitt Smith, but I ain't talking about that now. And then we heard this report of Amari Cooper getting shot. Man, these people out here are crazy. Why would you spread a rumor like that? Why would you spread a rumor that Amari Cooper got shot? And then at the same fact, people are believing it, retweeting. It's crazy, man. You really gotta look at this internet stuff because, man, they throw anything out there, any kind of lies, anything for sensationalism, anything for clicks, anything for likes, anything for follows. They will say anything. That's just crazy to me that you would throw a rumor out there that Amari Cooper got shot, man. That's just real irresponsible, and it's just really stupid that somebody will jump out there and say some stupid stuff like that when that ain't even close to near the case. You don't play with somebody like that. That's just stupid, and whoever started that rumor, they need to be admonished. You feel me, though? That's just crazy, dog. They just be tripping, man. I don't know, but whatever. I'm glad he's not. Nothing did happen to him. I'm not glad that everything's okay, but the rumors, they got to cease. But let's just jump right in the receiver thing, man, because I ain't going to hold you. I always say that, and then I end up going an hour and a half. But let's jump right into it, man. You know the main one we're talking about, Mr. Amari Cooper. I love Coop. I'm going to be first to tell you. I love Coop. I love him a lot. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm biased. I'll be honest. I'll be biased. I like Coop when he was at Alabama. I like Coop when he was at Oakland. I wanted Coop from afar. I was like, man, if we could ever get a receiver like that, I'd be dope. Never, no shade to Dez Bryant, but I was like, if you could pair him with a Dez, you feel me? Like, I was really wanting that type of thing because Amari was just so surgical with them. Even when he was at Oakland, just surgical, and I just love watching how graceful he was. And then when that offer finally came over with that first-round pick that we could possibly get him and they scooped him, dude, I was super geeked. You saw what he did in half a season, and then you saw what he came right back and did this past season. Now, I get it. They don't want to pay all that money. I get it. But the Dallas Cowboys, like we talked about on the show last night, me and Skywalker still, make sure you go check out that DC4L download. It was dope. Super dope. It was a great show. But shout out to Skywalker and my dog, Boss Cowboys in here. What's up with y'all? Love y'all. It was assumed, or didn't you know, that when you got Amari Cooper from Oakland, he was a top draft pick. Okay, he was a top first-round draft pick. So you knew when you spent the first-round draft pick, you were going to have to pay money. Did you not think that when you got him from Oakland and spent a first-round pick, because first-round picks are premium, right? You get 4 years, 5 years out of them. You knew that you were going to have to pay him. That was probably understood that you were going to have to pay him when you got him. So if you knew you were going to have to pay him when you got him, why all of a sudden are we sitting here now hearing about, oh, well, they may not go with the Cooper. They may just franchise him for 1 year and just keep him for that year. And if anything doesn't work out, they'll go with a, rookie receiver. We'll see how the draft goes. May pick a receiver high in the first or second round. That is being talked about through circles that, you know what, Amari may not be the guy long term. And to me, that's kind of crazy. I get it. Money he costs. We'll show what the market value for him is right now, and it's pretty high. But if we look at Amari, and he had an injury way early in training camp, there was a big fiasco about that, but he had an injury, the heel, the ankle, the hamstring, multiple injuries all year, and he still played 16 games. You get what I'm saying? And when we look at it, Amari Cooper, 79 catches, his second below his career high, 1,189 yards, career high, 15.1 average, career high, 8 touchdowns, career high, 54 first downs, just below one before his Oakland season, averaged 74.3 yards a game. I believe that's a career high as well. Averaged 10 targets a game, caught 66% of the passes that was thrown his way as he was targeted, and had 5 drops. Obviously, we don't like the drops, but the drops had gone down a little bit from his previous years, and he played 75% of snaps all the while being banged up. So what more can a Cooper do? I mean, what more can he do? You had career highs almost across the board, and you're hurt. And now we're hearing that you don't want to keep him because now he may cost too much, or because of that Philly game because he didn't go in. I don't know about that fiasco right there, but you really saying you just had this man for a year and a half. Now we're talking about in the organization that you might not sign him long term? That don't make no damn sense. Cooper makes this team better. What did we see when Dak had no receivers to speak about and Gallup was a rookie? We were all clamoring. We need some help. Dallas needs some help. Dak Prescott needs some help. The team needs some help. They went out there and got Amari Cooper. What did he do? He immediately helped the team. He immediately took off stress off Ezekiel Elliott because now you have to guard somebody outside. You didn't have to worry or rely on a Michael Gallup. You get what I'm saying? Because he was young in the game. You feel me? And you had a Cole Beasley and those guys. Come on, man. This guy actually struck fear. Now you had to roll coverage. Guess what? Dak's numbers were very pedestrian. Before that happened, it was averaging, maybe 200-something yards a game, 205. It was very low. Cooper comes in, them numbers jump expeditiously, like T.I. would say, expeditiously. They jumped up high. So you're talking about a guy who made the whole offense better, made your quarterback better. He made your running back better because now you're not seeing maybe as many fronts, although those fronts were a little bit overrated. But he makes your whole team better. You go from 3-5 to making the playoffs, reeling off 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. You come in this year, it was 8-8, but you balled out. Yeah, we know about the New England game. We know about some games. We understand it's concerning about him playing away. But, like Cooper said, I'm not getting the targets. But if you're a number one receiver, you still got to make it happen. But in my opinion, where did Dallas go wrong with Amari Cooper? Huh? Where does Dallas get worse when Amari Cooper's in the game? I feel like Dallas is better, and he makes your team better. And he's not like he's 30 years old. These other guys are getting paid. Why can't Amari? You can make it happen. Why don't you do it? Now we're hearing talking about a franchise tag. Now, the transition in the franchise, you would think that, let's say Dak doesn't get the franchise, and I think Byron Jones is all but gone. So if you're going to tag him, you can do the transition tag where you can try to get picks like we talked about. I don't think no team is giving Amari Cooper 2 first-rounders. Not that he's a dog. I just don't think teams are going to do it. And if you exclusively franchise him, he can't go with any other team, and you got to pay him at the highest level for that 1 year. If they franchise him for that 1 year and don't do a contract and they draft a receiver high, that means that spells the writing on the wall that he's probably not going to be there. They'll probably extend Gallup, make him the number one, put your second-year receiver if you draft one high, and then let Coop walk. That would be the thing that maybe happened to me, but to me, I don't want to see that. What do y'all think? I'm asking y'all. So I'm jumping in the feed right now before I talk about some numbers. But what do y'all think, man? Yeah, boss Cowboys. You know them rumors. They all make money, and they keep Cowboys in your mouth. But let me ask y'all: do y'all want to see Coop leave? Okay, let's say you tag him, but do you want to see Amari Cooper leave? Would you be cool with the Cowboys drafting a young receiver high, maybe first or second round, depending on how this draft goes, because there are possibly going to be some trades or people moving up. Now I'm hearing about Detroit wanting Tua, so that could change a lot of things with this draft. But if one of these young dogs drop, like a Jerry Jeudy, or I don't think a CeeDee Lamb is going to drop that far, or maybe Laviska Shenault or your other boy that's from Alabama as well. I can't think of his name off top. There's a lot of receivers that are going to be very, very good as far as in this draft. It's very deep. Would y'all be cool with that? I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not. I get the cheapness. I get the not spending the money, but I'm not cool with that. I want Amari here. I want Amari to stay, and that's my opinion. What about y'all? Boss tells me we better keep Cooper. K. Francis says sign Amari. Hell no. I feel you, boss. KJ Rose, keep Coop. Jeff Pertit, I'm tagging Byron and Amari. Yeah, I think Byron's going anyway. I think it's going to get done just keeping it in the mouth. Juwan James, Dak, and Coop are top priority. Got to get them in the fold. I feel you. Be some dogs that drop out, but they won't be dog enough to replace Amari. I feel you. What up, Arturo? Lugo, how you doing, fam? Good to see you. I haven't talked to you in a while. That's my feeling. It ain't cool. And just like you said, boss, there's some really nice receivers in this draft. Real nice. But Amari Cooper nice? Do you see that man when he's on the field? That man is an absolute monster. Okay, so I don't know if anybody are coming in and doing that. And just like we talked about Michael Gallup, and I'm not going to talk about him right now because he's going to be next. But let me see right here. Let me see this. Get over to this Amari Cooper contract thing, man. All right. Okay, Francis, I'm going to have to – I know you're not going to like what I say about Cobb, so stay tuned. You ain't going to like what I got to say about Cobb. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it one bit. But we're getting into this this Amari Cooper thing with this signing. Wait till it pulls up right here. Wait to pull it up. My internet is running slow as hell. It's getting me annoyed. Wait till this pulls up right quick. I don't know. Him and Amari, KJ Rose, him and Amari hit that off real good, man. And I just feel like me and Boss Cowboy, when we did our show, make sure you check out that show. We talked about the triplets. You got Amari Cooper here. You got the triplets. Why did I do that? Sorry about that. You got Amari Cooper here. You got a Dak Prescott. You got Ezekiel Elliott. You got your triplets. So why do that? It just doesn't make sense to me. But if we're talking about these numbers right here, this is the market value for Amari Cooper right now, okay? That's what the market value is looking like by Sport Tag. 19.7 mil. If you look at the average of these other guys, he's definitely worth more than a Brandon Cooks. He's at 16. You got Michael Thomas. He just got his big boy salary. He's at 19.2. Sorry, you switch that right quick. It'll go back. Sorry about that. But you got your big dog, Michael Thomas, who he's an animal. He ain't Michael Thomas, but Amari's is really, really good. Okay? Amari is really, really good. And then you got Mike Evans, who's at 16.5. Sorry if you see some other stuff is about to come back up. I apologize. But you got Amari squeezed in between Michael Thomas and Julio Jones, in my opinion. So, is he better than Michael Thomas? Probably not. But the market it goes up every year. So it's not his fault. You feel me? It's like it's not these players' fault. We all understand it, but it's not these players' fault that the market raises. As soon as one player gets signed, somebody's going to trump him. As soon as Michael Thomas got signed, Julio Jones trumped him. He got 22 mil. Somebody's going to trump these guys, no matter if they're the top dogs. Somebody's just going to trump them just because that's the way the market goes. So we can't get mad at that because that's what the market says, okay? That the team can't get mad at that. And the problem with me with this is the team traded for him and you knew you were going to have to pay him big money. You spent a first round, so you had to know he's a dog, right? You had to tell yourself in your own head that this kid is a dog. That's why we're going to jump out there and spend a first rounder on him. So if you knew that he's a dog, okay, you didn't know you were going to have to pay him a lot of money? You didn't know that was going to happen? You didn't know that you were going to have to pay Amari Cooper a lot of money with that assumption that, guess what? We spent a first-round pick. We already know he's a dog. Then he comes over here and gets career numbers. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to have to pay him, okay? And now you don't have that staff who you had before. You got a new staff. So why? This makes more sense that they're probably going to tag him, let him play on that tag the whole year, like me and Skywalker still talked about, how Amari doesn't really throw any beef out there, so he's probably not going to be the problem. It'll be like a DeMarcus Lawrence did his first year, like, cool, I'll play on the tag for the year. Go ahead and let me get my money and make this work. But, man, if you're just signing him for just that 1 year and you're not doing long-term, to me, that's just not right. And it just doesn't make sense of why you spent that first rounder if you're only going to lease him for that year and a half and go right back into the draft and get somebody because you're trying to be cheap. The cap's going up every year, right? And right now the Cowboys are in a great salary cap, whatever we want to call it. They ain't in salary cap hell no more. I mean, it's all good. You got about $80 million. You can save even more if you cut a few players. You will still have money to be able to pay this man. If you're trying to make this championship run, why wouldn't you keep this man long term? Let's see what y'all got to say. If the best receiver in the draft is there at 17, would you draft him? That's what Art Lugo says. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It would be very tough, but I'm a defensive guy, and I would still want to go defense because I want Cooper. But I'm going to just tell you right now, it would be tempting. I won't lie and tell you and say what, like if Judy was there, or let's say a CD Lamb dropped that, it would be very, very tempting. I'm keep it so real, like just because you don't never want to get rid of no receiver talent, and that's tough. I'm a defensive guy. I want defense, so I'm gonna stay with defense on my end and go with Cooper. But I'm not gonna guarantee you. But if them Cowboys have one of them big boy receivers on that board, it may happen. And if he does happen, that's telling the writing on the wall with Cooper. Tyrone Trust says, I think Dez can produce Cobb numbers and produce more TDs. I'm going to talk about Dez, too. I don't think Dez come back. Yeah, I mean, Arturo, that is the thought process, and that's why they might go that route, because it's going to be cheaper for the Cowboys. And if one of them dog receivers drop to the Cowboys and they haven't traded, or they may trade up a couple picks or they're going to do something. But if one of those big boys probably drop down, yeah, I can definitely say I think the Cowboys would bite at that, especially what's going on with Cooper. So we'll see. That draft is going to be crazy. Free agency is going to be crazy, but that draft is going to be crazy. What position that I didn't think would really be addressed? I knew we were going to have to address a cornerback, but I really didn't think they were going to touch receiver early because I felt like they were all in on Coop. But then you hear all this other noise now that they may not all be all in on Coop. So now anything can happen, and we're just going to see what happens in this draft. So while we've been talking about Cooper, though, there's another kid that they may be pushing to take over that number one role, and that's Mr. Michael Gallup. Y'all love Michael Gallup? Y'all love Michael Gallup? Let's look at Michael Gallup's stats. He doubled his numbers from last year, his rookie year. 66 catches, 1,107 yards, career highs. 16-point average. That was nasty. I thought he was going to be the leading touchdown maker this year. He got 6. Coop had 8. I thought he was going to be the dog because he's a good red zone threat. 50 first downs, averaged 79 yards a game. Receiving, 58% catch radius, targeted 9.5 a game. The big one that we didn't like was the 11 drops. Played 75% of the snaps, but he did miss a few games with that knee injury. So when you look at him missing some games with that knee injury and wasn't really all the way back when he came back to get 66 catches for 1,100 yards, that's beastie. And remember that sorry-ass quarterback Dak Prescott threw 1,000 yards to these two and almost for Cobb too. That sorry buster quarterback Dak Prescott. Yeah, he did that. But Michael Gallup, I love Michael Gallup. I love Michael Gallup when he came out of college. I watched him at the Combine. He was one of my guys, and I'm not going to say I was the only one, but when I actually seen an article from this dude named Kevin Brady, and it was when nobody was talking about Michael Gallup. He wrote an article on Michael Gallup, and that's what piqued my interest. Immediately after I seen that, I went and watched a lot of tape of Michael Gallup, and he was like a baby Dez to me. Not saying he was Dez, but he just had those physical traits where he's real physical at the line of scrimmage, physical out there getting the ball. Hey, ho, $10 holla from my guy Dan Lee, #1 fan. I appreciate you. Let me give Dan Lee a major, major shout-out. Shout-out to you, dog. You got in my inbox. I got mad love and respect for you. I went down to Virginia in October. Went down to see my mother, stayed out there for about a week. I went to a Walmart, was just kicking it, and I met Mr. Lee there. Was very humbled how he came at me and said, hey, we got talking. He said, hey, you look like somebody I know. And I was like, nah, I don't think you know me. I'm in Virginia. I don't live here. I'm in Ohio. But much respect. He said he watched the show with me and Law Nation. We took a picture together. It was a great time, man, and he jumped in my inbox and said he would definitely support, and I appreciate you 100 for the support, for the grind and the hard work, and I just want to give you a major, major shout-out, Mr. Lee, for keeping it 100 like you did and just having keeping it 100 when we kept it in when we talked in Virginia. Salutes to you and big ups to you and much respect one more time to you. Thank you very much. All right, so let me get back to here. Sorry, I was, we had to do that, but I had to give my man a major shout out, major, major shout out. Appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. So, as I said before, I loved Gallup when he came out of college. I loved him. I thought, he was like a baby Dez. Didn't have the great speed. Still ran a 4.5, not slow, but not that blazing speed, but just physical, and just love his attitude. Just a good kid. Got to see him a couple times up in Dallas. Didn't really get to kick it with him, but I did get to see him. I'm hoping to get an interview with him soon. That's what we're going to be trying to set up. But I love some Michael Gallup. Now, here's the thing. Do we think, and I'm going to ask you guys this, do we think a Michael Gallup is going to be the #1? Do you think Michael Gallup can be the #1? Okay, because me personally, he's not a 1 right now. Maybe he could. I got to see this year right here. Maybe the Cowboys want to see it too. But I feel like the reason why he was good as well was because of Amari Cooper. When you got Amari Cooper opposite of you, it makes you better. There was times, I'll bring up the Jets game, not just trying to bring that up, but when Amari got hurt and went out the game, Michael Gallup was the guy that the Cowboys were looking to step up and make plays in that game, and he did not. He had a few big, big drops in that game. And just didn't take that next step when Amari was out. So I think right now, I don't know if I trust him to be a #1. I think he's a strong, beastie #2, a beastie #2. But I don't know if he's a #1 yet. I just don't know that, and I believe having Amari there helps him greatly. But let me ask you guys. You think Michael Gallup is ready to take the #1 role? Y'all tell me. Let me give you your thoughts. I think he's better than Alvin Harper. I know we had the Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper thing, but I think he's better than Alvin Harper because Alvin Harper left and went to, I think, Tampa or Washington, absolutely did nothing. I don't think Gallup would do that. I think he's a player, and Alvin Harper was just a long ball guy to me. He was just the speedster and a long ball, but he ain't no damn Alvin Harper in my opinion. He's better than him. But tell me, you think he's a #1? Or you think he can be a number one? Yeah, tell him Arturo 44 watch 8 likes, man. Come on, hell like this shit, man. Derek Kless says he didn't really know Michael Gallup was going to be that good. I did. Rue Glock says, not from what he's seen yet. Andrew Rodriguez, what's up? Is it our fault for not game planning and move Dak around? Like how haven't we been able to develop a game plan like we did in 2016? Well, we got a new staff, so I can't really say on that. I think it'll be better now that we got a new staff, and we'll see what that brings to the table. KG says, hell no. Rue Glock says it's going to be nice going to get the number 2 corner every game. Alvin Francis, you said he was an Alvin Harper type. I don't think so. I think he's better than Alvin Harper. Art Lugo says nope. Cowboy EX. What is it? Let me get that. ETX. No way. Afro Sheen 42. Yep, went to Tampa Bay and was hot garbage. Demetrius Purse says no, his route running needs to get better. Ooh, Kevin Biblo says, yes, let Cooper go and draft a receiver at 17. Hey, to each his own. I don't want that to happen, but hey, to each his own. I respect everybody's opinion in this one. Derek Kless says, I'm not sure if he can be a true number 1, but even if he does become that true number 1, the Cowboys are going to shit on him too come contract time. You feel me? I feel you. Andrew Rodriguez says he is reliable, so bring in another reliable guy. And do we need to pay $20 million? I get it. See, that's what I mean. I understand where we're coming from. When we're worried about paying a Cooper a $19, $20 million, and you can get somebody for the cheap, but that could backfire. It's really, I mean, the thing that really helps this, I think, is really making the Cowboys think a little bit is maybe the injury history, because he does have injury history. If you're talking about Amari Cooper. And then this draft is very, very deep with a lot of good receivers. And they probably could say, hey, let's go ahead and play this year out, as I said before, franchise Amari, and just put him on that hook for that 1 year, okay? And when you hook him for that 1 year, see how he goes as far as Michael Gallup, if he can take that ascension. If you draft like I said, if you draft a receiver high, that's already telling me Amari's gone. So then all this will be a moot point. So the draft is really, to me, going to tell us in those first couple rounds. If they draft a receiver in those first couple rounds, I feel like that's the writing on the wall that Amari Cooper's all but gone. And they will push, or they'll see if, Michael Gallup could, because remember, Michael Gallup, this is going to be his 3rd year now. Okay? So he got picked in what? Was it the 2nd or 3rd round? 2nd round, I believe. 2nd or 3rd. So he doesn't have a 5-year option. He's only on the hook for 4 years. So this could be the year that they see if he's ready to take a number 1. And if he is, they could probably sign him in the offseason, because maybe he'll be a little bit cheaper. Maybe sign him when nobody thinks, like they did Jalen Smith and the Lael Collins, before the market value hits. And then you got a young receiver in the fold. And then possibly some of these other guys on the list, we'll see how that pans out. But that could be the thought pattern, especially right here. But Michael Gallup has got to clean up them drops. 11 drops is not good at all. He's got to clean that up. See what y'all saying. We say donation. I had to throw that out there just because I like saying it. If you want to, you can grow the nation, but I just like saying that sometimes. All right, so we talked about Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. Love both of them, but you know what? I don't know. It just feels to me that Amari's not going to be here long term now. Before, I had that feeling that he was going to be the guy. They were going to have these triplets. This was going to be the thing, and I was excited about it. Now, I just don't feel like he's going to be here long term, because that's what the Cowboys do. But we went over those two. Michael Gallup, I love him, but I still think he's the number 2. I think you still need to keep Amari because he's the number 1. Or you can draft one of these guys. If you're not going the Amari way, you can draft one of these top guys and see what he does. If one of them top guys drop, You never know what's going to happen, but that'll be the writing on the wall to me. So we'll go to our third guy that they brought over from Green Bay who has a history with Mike McCarthy, and that's Mr. Randall Cobb. And I like me some Randall Cobb. I was loving it when they signed Randall Cobb in the offseason. I was loving that pick. I was like, yes, now you got Amari, now you got Gallup, you got a strong third receiver in Cobb, and he can play multiple positions. You can slide Coop on the inside, put Cobb on the outside. You could just do so many things. Cobb comes in, 55 catches. Shout-outs to him because he needed that 55. I believe he got a nice little bonus by getting those 55 catches this year. 828 yards, so he almost had 1,000 yards. A lot of people said he was washed up. 15 yards a catch, not bad. 3 touchdowns, could have been more, but I believe he had a couple called back due to some bad penalties on the Cowboys end. But 41 first downs, 55 yards a game receiving, 10 targets a game, 66.3 catch radius from the times that he was thrown to. The one concerning thing, 8 drops. We didn't like that. Cowboys were one of the top teams in leading the league in drops this year. Played 64% of the snaps. Now, I can also say that Dak didn't throw him the greatest balls every time. And so a few of those drops I'm going to put on Dak as well. I'm not going to say Cobb dropped all those because some of them passes were behind him, and it was like, how are you going to make that catch? But as far as Randall Cobb goes, I was all in on Randall Cobb signing, being re-signed toward the end of the season. But then I got to looking at that daggone draft. Now, I don't want to replace a Cooper, in my opinion. I'd rather not go that route, but if Cowboys do it, they do it. But a Randall Cobb, he's going to cost money, man, okay? They're already talking about the market value for the Randall Cobb is, $7 million, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that with Randall Cobb. Don't want to pay Randall Cobb, who's 30 years old, $7 million a year when there's too many of these young boys out there. That's just me. Now, I'm going to ask y'all's opinion. Would you bring back Randall Cobb? Because he's going to cost money. He played for $5 million last year. He had a good season this year, so it's not like he's going to take that again. He's going to want to get paid. You get what I'm saying? And would you, if you're talking about you don't want to pay Amari Cooper $19 million, you want to pay Randall Cobb like a $6 or $7 million when you got all these young boys out there? I'm cool on that. And I love you, Randall Cobb, but I'm going with the younger guy because I feel like one of these younger guys can do what you did as far as numbers and things of that nature, and that is going to be cheap. But let me ask you guys. Hey, ho, I got a $5 holla from Afro Sheen 42. Donation, donation, donation. Appreciate you. Love you for life. So what is it, y'all? What is it? You want Randall Cobb back for $6 or $7 million a year for like a 2-year deal? I don't. Let me see what y'all got to say. All right, let me get in here. What y'all say? What's up, Philly Cowboys 76, baby? Yeah, Cooper didn't get along, but that's the problem. Cooper don't be getting along with everybody, and that's the problem. Let's see. Do you think the boys, D. Wilson says, do you think the boys should bring in Jordan Reed for a workout? Hail to the no, okay? Hail to the no. That dude doesn't have 85 concussions. No. As soon as he gets hit, it's a concussion, then you wasted all that money. No, 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 no. No to Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed is a beast, but you hurt, and I want to see him walk away from the game and be normal, not have brain injuries. So you need to retire, Jordan Reed. Kevin Billow, you said you lost trust in Cooper. I don't think he's a dog, and I need a dog like Dez. I don't know. I'm sorry. I think Coop's a dog, but hey, like I said, we can agree to disagree. I respect what you're definitely saying, Big Kev. Juwan James says bring Cobb back. Not for that money. Derek Clegg, you feel me? Demetrius Purse says bring Cobb back for the right price. He's gonna want money though, y'all. He made $5 million last year and had a good season this year. You don't think he's going to want more than that or get paid, and you don't think somebody's going to offer him some money? I mean, y'all don't think that's going to happen? It is. I don't want to pay. I don't. I'm not the owner, but me, I'm cool with getting a young guy can do what he can do and not pay that bread. What's up, Cajun Cowboy? Yeah, you can definitely get a receiver in the third, fourth, maybe even the fifth. There's a lot of good receivers that can do what Cobb did. And receivers transition, especially if you're going to have a Cooper and a Gallup, you're not going to put all that stress on that third guy. You still got a Devin Smith on the phone and some other guys that we're going to talk about. So you don't have to put all that stress on him. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and move on from Cobb, not spend that bread. He's not going to want anything less than $5 million. You can save that money by getting a young big receiver, a young smaller his size that can do those things. I'm good on Cobb. I'm good on moving on, and that's what I'm gonna say with that. I'm cool with moving on with Cobb. I want a young guy in his place. Oh yeah, that's right. Perry Locke, big game. Are you coming down to the Natty for the game this year? I forgot because they do play the AFC North, don't they? And Dallas, and they played Cincinnati. And I'm there. Because I know Cleveland and Pittsburgh are going to be here. I'm going to be at them games. So, yes, I'm already going to tell you right now. I'm going to be in the Natty, big dog. I'm going to be in the Natty. I forgot. That's right down the street. I will be in the Natty, baby. Studwood Cowboy, what's up with you? Yep, Angel, feel me? Should we make a play for Henry? Are you talking about Hunter Henry? Jeff Pertit? You talking about Hunter Henry? Cooper's a beast. I'm sorry. He may not be all. Man, did you see what Cooper did to people? I'm sorry to jump back on him. All right, what? Did you see what Cooper did to these corners, dog? Come on, man. Cooper is a dog. He may not be all vocal like Dez, but that man is a beast. Okay. Yeah, I like Hunter Henry, but they ain't gonna let him go. They ain't gonna let him go. He's too valuable. He's a good tight end. I know he has some injury history, but I just don't think they're gonna let him go. A lot of people have been talking about Eric Ebron. I've been on Eric Ebron since 2017, and when he was leaving from the Detroit Lions, I wanted the Cowboys to go after him. People were crucifying me for wanting him. He sucks. He ain't this. He went over to Indianapolis and did pretty good. I know his last year with Indy wasn't great, but that first year with Andrew Luck, that mother sucker was balling. I definitely would mess with some Eric Ebron, but he might call some bread. He might kind of ask for some money, and I ain't trying to if I'm the Cowboys, I'm not paying a lot of money to no free agent tight end. I just go draft one. I ain't doing that. Yes, Cooper is the silent assassin for sure. Yes, he's the ankle breaker. Did you see what he did to these cats, dog, in his time? Even when he was with the Raiders, dog, Cooper is nasty, y'all. I understand that money, but Coop is – if you're talking about these Julio Jones, Mike Evans, you going to tell me Cooper ain't as good as these? Not maybe as a Julio Jones, but he's right there. You can't tell me he's not. What can he do? What can't Cooper do that them guys can? A Julio Jones or a Michael Thomas, maybe the drops. But other than that, what? Route running? Come on. Speed? Come on. Play multiple positions? Come on. A difference maker? Come on. Come on, y'all. Cooper's an animal. Yeah, I know we got Blake Jarwin, Derek. I know. Blake Jarwin's my dude, y'all. Blake Jarwin is the man. Okay, I've been screaming Blake Jarwin. I wrote an article about him last year, a dope-ass article for real. I do write too on the side. But that was a dope article I wrote about Blake Jarwin, how it's time to unleash and release Blake Jarwin. So he's my man from day one, Blake Jarwin is. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, they got two tight ends. And don't nobody want no damn Jason Witten back. And Dalton Schultz, who the hell is he? Dalton Schultz ain't nobody. That was a wasted pick. Just like Chris Covington, wasted pick. Dalton Schultz was a wasted pick. He's not going to be anything like that in Dallas, okay? But he does block. He's an average, catch, but he does block. We know Blake Jarwin's not a great blocker, so you're going to have to get somebody in there that can block and do multiple things, block and catch. So I say the Cowboys will probably look at a tight end maybe later in the draft or probably get somebody in free agency. So that's why I can see them the route that them going right there. But Blake Jarwin's going to be the man, I believe, this year. But I think somebody dumped in there and say Eric Ebron for $9 million. Dallas ain't doing that. Dallas likes to bargain shop, and y'all should already know that. Dallas bargain shop. And we were all surprised when they went and got Cooper, especially under Stephen Jones. And I was surprised, as much as I wanted Robert Quinn, I was surprised they went and got him, but they got him. They got him for highway robbery, you feel me? But with this new staff, I feel like they're going to do a same kind of splash, whether it's trading up, trading down, making a trade. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen in the water in Dallas. I don't know what, but something's going to happen where we're going to be like, for real? Mark my words on that. I appreciate you, Derek. All right, so we talked about 3. Here's my thing. Cooper, I want back. I know he's money. I want him, though. Michael Gallup, dog. I don't think he's a number 1, though. He's like a strong, beastie number 2. Nasty. I just don't think he's a number 1 right now. Cobb, I'm good. Let's go younger. Save that bread. Now, here's another guy that everybody's been talking about who didn't get his chance like we wanted. A lot of people wanted to see this, but we didn't get to see it. My guy, Devin Smith, from the Ohio State University. What y'all thoughts on Devin Smith? I know a lot of us were frustrated that he didn't get to see no damn time, like no significant time. We were all rooting for him. Seen how he was doing. He basically fought his way onto the roster because so many other people were talking about John Ray Johnson and all the young guys that were out there, and nobody was talking about Devin Smith. But he slowly killed it in training camp. We saw what he did against Washington, had that dope game, big touchdown play. You saw the speed coming back. He was a speed guy at Ohio State, had the knee injuries, but he's balled back. 2-year deal. This will be his second year. And, man, I love some Devin Smith. And why can't he get some work this year? So if you're talking about Randall Cobb, go ahead and let Cobb go. You got Devin Smith right there, and then you can roll these rookies under him. Free Devin Smith. Take the chains off Devin Smith and free Devin Smith. The difference between Randall Cobb and Devin Smith, obviously Randall Cobb has had a more illustrious NFL career, but also Randall Cobb plays special teams. And the Cowboys love some special teams. And if you can play more than one position and more than offense, and you can play special teams too, it keeps you on the roster. So we'll see what happens, but I love Devin Smith. He still has the speed. You seen he had 5 catches for 113 yards, didn't really get a lot of work. We were all clamoring for him. Where's Devin Smith during the season? Amari was hurt. How come Devin Smith ain't activated? We were all saying that 28.3 yards per catch. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully they will work that out. I want to see Devin Smith this year. Give Devin Smith some work. Put him in that spot where you had Randall Cobb, and then draft your rookie and see how it goes. What are y'all thoughts on Devin Smith, y'all? Clarence rack shoppers. Yeah, for sure. Cowboys like to play it safe. We'll see. Rue Glock says, Voch said it last night, wide receiver 30 in the draft. This draft can play. Yeah, this draft is thick. We can find another one as a reason why he didn't get time for sure. You don't like Devin Smith, Andrew Rodriguez? Zachary Nations, Cowboys let a player have a breakout one game and then don't use him again. Yeah, that just kind of confused me. Smith wasn't used right, says K. Francis with Cowboy, like he made big plays and disappeared. I just think he didn't get the time. Randy Handy says Devin ain't B. He's not like that. I don't know. You have to read. I don't know if I read that right. You have to explain that one to me. Jawan James says, I hope we can let Devin Smith get a better chance. I would feel better with him at the third wide receiver. Why not? Smith said she got time over Tavon. Hell yes. And we're going to talk about him. I don't want him back. Draft picks over him, Randy Handy. Okay. Blake Hayes says, "Do you think they will keep Cobb because of his ties with the new head coach?" I think that's the only thing that's really going to keep him. But if he's asking for $6 or $7 million, I don't see the Cowboys doing that. That just wouldn't make sense to me. Yeah, but he's played in the league, Angel. You get what I'm saying? He's played in the league, and it was really the injuries that kept him off. So I don't think it's just potential with him. I think he's really a player in the NFL, but he just hasn't got the time because of the injuries. And, with the Cowboys, the way they had that roster or way they were shuffling the guys, they didn't never really, to me, give him a fair chance. So, I'd like to see Devin Smith come back, and I'd like to see him get some work, and I'd like to see them work him in. Okay? So, if we're going about to the top to the bottom, Cooper, I want. Gallup, number 2. Cobb, I'm cool on. Devin Smith, give him some time. Now, I'm going to bring up, all right, and I'm going to have a whole list. And one of the persons I omitted on this list is Tavon Austin because I'm good on Austin. Now, I was pushing for Tavon Austin 2 years ago. I was pounding my fist. Get Tavon Austin. When he was out there, I said, get him. We need a speedster. We need somebody who can return punts. We need somebody who's explosive, fast. And I think he's a gadget player. You can use Tavon Austin in all spots. But guess what? Dude was hurt. He was a lot healthier last year, but we saw his first year when he made $5 million didn't play, was cheerleading, swinging the towel at the games. I was at the games, swinging the towel out at the games all the time. But you hurt. You made $6 million in 2 years and basically did nothing with Dallas. And it's not like he's 22. He's older. He's almost 30 now? Yeah. What is he? He's a gadget player. What is Tavon Austin really going to do for you? Why would he be on the roster? And he was only on the roster for $1 million. Cowboys just need to go ahead and move on from Tavon Austin. He's unrestricted. I think that's just over with. Yeah, he stole money for sure. Zachary Nations, they may never use them, but I just feel like Tavon don't really offer nothing no more. I mean, it's just that experience is over to me. But I got a list of players who I'm throwing in. I see some people, Stevie Mack, I believe you mentioned them as well. Donation, donation, donation. I just like to throw that out there sometimes. I like saying it's fun. So you see these names right here, right? Noah Brown, Deontay Burton, Tevin Jones, Ventel Bryant, who Stevie Mac 23 was talking about how they didn't use him. Lance Lenore, he is still on the team. How? Y'all don't even play this dude. He been there for like 17 years on the practice squad, man. What's good, Stephen Arthur? Brian Gaines, how you doing? So out of this list, does any of these names do you like? I'm going to tell you who I like. I'll go through the list. Noah Brown, don't like. I did like Noah Brown a lot back in the day, but you always hurt. So don't like Noah Brown. Although he's still an asset, but he just always hurt. And I said they should have cut him this past season, and they kept him, and what happened? Didn't even see the field. So I'm cool on Noah. Deontay Burton, I don't know nothing about you. Tevin Jones, I don't know nothing about you. I'm going to keep it real, so I can't even speak on y'all. Ventel Bryant looked good in his spurts, in his little here and there. Not a fast guy, but he's big. Okay? And just like I believe Stevie Mac 23 said, he's a red zone threat like no other. Make sure you like and smash the hell out of this like button. We got 16 in the group today. I love it. I love when y'all in here thick. Donation. I love when y'all in here thick like that, and then y'all really get to talking, and we really get to talking. But Ventel Bryant, I like something about him. Lance Lenore, I'm cool. Cedric Wilson, I like Cedric Wilson. I cannot lie. He is injury prone. I will say that. Cedric Wilson is injury prone already, but in his little bit of spurt, in the game. He played really good in that Jets game. You know what I'm saying? Showed some good hands. I like Cedric Wilson. Got some good size. He can play multiple positions. He can play special teams. He can return punts. He can be a gunner. Put him as a third, fourth receiver. Nice size. I like Cedric Wilson. Get healthy, Cedric Wilson. There's something about you I like. Stay healthy because I think you're okay. And John V. Johnson, he's a speed guy. We saw him with the oopsies and the dropsies, and then he got hurt. But I know they kept him for that speed. The jury is out on him, but I love the speed. So, Ventel Bryant, I like you. I don't know if to keep you. Cedric Wilson, I like Cedric Wilson. John V. Johnson, give him a chance because he's fast and, you know, maybe he was just all nervous because he was dropping everything in sight. But the kid was getting open. He just wasn't catching the ball. Tell me who y'all like on this list. Skip Salas, yeah. I like him. I like Cedric. Robert Radford says, meh. Rue Glock, you like Cedric? Yeah, I'm just saying the speed with John Vay. He had a lot of speed. I got to see him up close at the camp, and he is fast. And he was getting open, just dropping too many passes. Hey, ho, Perry Locke with the $10 holla. Big game. We got to see if some of these guys are healthy with a new physical training group. I feel you. I feel you on that. But I out of all these guys on here, I like Cedric Wilson the best. This is my opinion. He got a smooth game to me. Something about Cedric Wilson. Not because it's just something about him. Maybe because he's a Boise State guy. I don't know. But somebody said he had a good feel for the game, and I agree with that. He has a good, smooth feel for the game. I like Cedric Wilson. He's probably the best one out of all that group. Cowboys need to draft a receiver, though. Maybe a couple, but they'll probably get maybe one in free agency, but they're definitely gonna have to draft one of these good ones out here on the roster. That's gonna happen because beyond Gallup and Cooper, and if you don't have Cobb come back, it ain't looking great. I like it. Angel, you're funny. Randy. Funny. So just give me one name. Out of everybody who's in here talking right now, just give me the number one name on this list that you like, and then we'll move on. Just give me the number one name you like on the list. I know it's not I know it's an underwhelming list. I know. Did I say it was a great list? I didn't say that shit. I said it was a list of who I would like out of this list. Never said it was a good list. I said this is the list of who we have. So guess what? Cedric Wilson is my guy that I like the best. So y'all tell me in one word or one name, who do y'all like, and then we'll move on. I want to see what y'all got to say. Just give me one name. Just give me a name. Yes, I love the Combine Fund, Robbie Radford. I was about to ask you for the Combine Fund. No, I wasn't going to ask you. I was just playing with you, but I appreciate you, big dog. We're about to talk about that man next. Miss Scouting Pro, what's up with you? How you doing? A lot of people filling me with the Cedric Wilson. I'm just saying on this list, that's the only good one to me that would say, hey, I feel good out of this list, Cedric Wilson. I think he can make some plays here. I'm not saying he's a playmaker, but you know what? I like his versatility. I like his size, and I think if he can stay healthy, he can be a sneaky player for Dallas. Not some dope player, a sneaky player, a player that you don't think about that can get a 4 or 5 catch in a game and make some noise on the low. Not somebody who's going to be dope, but somebody who is a steady guy, good, smooth feel for the game. I like Cedric Wilson. Andy says, let them all go. Yeah, I agree with that. Miss Scouting Pro, Cedric Wilson, John Vay. I don't know how Lance Lenore keeps making it in camp when they don't do anything with him. Ain't this his last year? He can't be on the practice squad anymore after this. I think you're going to be on the practice squad for so long you can't do it anymore. So I don't know what they're doing with Lance Lenore. You kept him for so long. Get out there and show him, because remember, they were hyping Lance Lenore a few years ago. But what did he have? Oopsies, the dropsies, like John Vay. So, you know what I mean? I don't know why they keep him on the roster if you're never ever going to do anything with him. And yeah, I agree, they're going to keep John Vay just because of that speed, and they want to see. I think they want to see what he looks like after a year. And plus, his season got wiped out, and they love that kid's speed. All right, here it is. What y'all been waiting for, what everybody been talking about. What's your thoughts on this? Dez Bryant, 31 years old, haven't played in 2 years. Is he still a 50-50 guy? He says he's happy with a smaller role. He ain't about trying to be the man any longer. He ain't about trying to be this and be that. He said he wants to come in humble, and he loves the Cowboys, and he just wants to be able to contribute and make things happen. We've all seen the videos that he's had. We've talked about this before. I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm not going to be like, oh, hell no, I want no Dez Bryant. I'm not going to do that. But I just don't think it's going to be happening, because I just don't feel like Stephen Jones is going to do it. And I feel like he's just talking in the media like they always do with the status quo. Oh, certainly. We certainly love and respect Dez Bryant, and we certainly love the things that he's contributed to the Dallas Cowboys. You can never say never in this business, and we're always going to look for talent to see what that can help the Dallas Cowboys. If that ain't the damn status quo quote of the world, what is? Does that sound like a ringing endorsement to Dez Bryant? No. Did Stephen Jones reach out to Dez Bryant, or did Dez Bryant reach out to Stephen Jones? You get what I'm saying? I'm sure they've talked besides this, but it's Dez Bryant reaching out to these people. And I'm not hating on him, but I don't see the Cowboys reaching out to Dez. He's reaching out to them. You get what I'm saying? And, people say, play on a, minimum 1-year deal, no guarantees or anything like, bring him in camp. I could see maybe something like that happening. It would bring money into Dallas, because a lot of people would be ready to throw that X back up. As you see right here, Jerry, it would bring money. And it would bring all that what you want to have at the stadium. But would Dez really be cool with a fourth receiver role? Really? One of the all-time leaders and everything come back after 2 years in a super reduced role? Do you really think he would be able to do that? I don't know. But me personally, Stephen Jones ain't doing it. That's my thought. What are your thoughts? You want Dez back, or do you really think Stephen Jones would bring him back after saying, we're done with you? I'm just saying. See what y'all got to say. I got you, Miss Scouting Pro. I said that I thought his career was over, but hey, we'll see. I just feel like he's not coming back to Dallas. Stephen Jones ain't doing that, and he covers everything. But let me see what y'all saying. Say Primetime says draft a receiver. Rue Glock says they try to feature Lauren preseason game. Yeah, it didn't go well, dropping every damn punt in the world. Yeah, I remember Hurd selling all that dope over there. Derek Clay says trash. Say Primetime says he wants him back. Say Primetime says get him. Looking at the list, yes, bring Dez back. Hell, come in for a workout, media circus, and that'd be the end of it, Rue Glock. Brian Gaines, camp invite. Stephen Arthur says, yes, bring him back. Angel says he's going to get hurt. I ain't worried about him being a locker room distraction, but they moved on. K. Francis, Dez boat with the Cowboys has sailed. Bring him back for the passion, says Dan Lee. To say the least, throw up the X. Zachary Nash says Dez ain't coming back. Randy has Dez is coming. We shall see. Now, Miss Scouting Pro, you keep telling me about your two people that you got. Can you give me them names, or are we allowed to know that? You said you got two receivers because I know you said you have a firm that represents. So could you tell me the two guys, or are you not allowed to say that? Yeah, that hurts my soul, Angel, that we passed on Tebow Samuel, but we passed on a lot. Yeah, I'm just saying. Why would you? Here's my thing. It doesn't bother me if they did it, but once again, this receiver class is too thick and deep. It's too thick and deep. So I just don't see Stephen Jones saying, "Come on back, Dez. Come on back." I just don't see it because what would Dez really offer, man? Let's be real. Like, I understand what he was talking about, the role of Witten and whatever, but he ain't playing no damn tight end. Come on, dog. And these other teams, he been out the league 2 years and ain't nobody sniffed Dez. Y'all don't see nothing weird about that? You've been out the league 2 years. I know the Saints took the chance on him, but he blew his Achilles out. He was out of shape, blew his Achilles out. But even before then, I know he had the Ravens, but that was one offer. And I'm not hating on him, but there wasn't a lot of teams beating Dez Bryant's door down. So I don't understand why they would start beating it down now, unless they were just people got hurt. They're not going to do it if they have the young boys. They're not going to have him come in and take the young boys' reps. And that's another reason why I won't see, in my opinion, a Dez Bryant. Because if you draft a young guy, why would you bring in Dez to take his snaps away or anything like that? You want to develop these young kids, and you're not going to waste your time on a guy that is not going to be here longer than 1 year. Just doesn't make sense. Okay, I got you. Bet. Go into if you can, Miss Scouting Pro, if you can, go to my Big Game James page on Facebook. Just type in Big Game James on my Facebook and just inbox me because I really would love to know. And it's my lips are sealed. I don't talk like that around my mouth. But if you could do that, that would be awesome because I really like to know and just get some good info on that. And maybe we can talk some more about some things about that as well, Miss Scouting Pro. I would really appreciate it if you could do that for me. Go to my Big Game James page on Facebook and inbox me if you could. I would really love that info. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you for that. All right, so I'm going to talk about the draft. There's all kind of receivers out there, and no, I don't know all of them. Daggone it, I don't know all of them. I'm sorry. I know quite a few of them. I've been watching quite a bit of tape on them, but I don't know them all. But let's go here. Let's see. So, I'm going to throw it out there to y'all. I haven't really been on receivers because I'm all about defense. I want the Cowboys to draft defense, maybe get a receiver third, fourth round, maybe fourth round because I feel like there'll still be receivers in there if that were to happen. But what are some of the guys that you if we're talking about receivers, give me some names, and not just the big guys. Give me some of them names that really kind of stand out to you. It's so deep. I mean, just the top heavy. I mean, it's so deep. I mean, we could name names that people don't even know about, and they're going to be very good. But if we're just talking about the dogs right now, let me see right here, and this is not in no particular order that I'm about to show here. But let's see. I like Chase Claypool. He would be somebody I would love to grab late because he's big, 6'4", almost 6'5". I like the physicality that he plays with, and I think he'd be a slept-on player. I actually picked him in one of my mock drafts. I don't do them computer mock drafts, but I finally did one, and I picked him twice because all the other receivers were gone, and I got him late, like in the 5th round, and I thought that was great value. But some of these names that everybody's been talking about, Judy, Henry Ruggs the third. So let's play hypothetical. The draft has fallen. CeeDee Lamb is gone. All right, CeeDee Lamb is gone. Let's say you got Laviska Shenault available at 17, Jerry Jeudy available. Let's say, I'll just say by some weird change, Jerry Jeudy drops to 17. Would you do it? Or Laviska Shenault Jr. Would you do that at 17th? Because Laviska is picking up a lot of steam. Would you do that? Would you jump out there when you know you need possibly a tackle? And let's say the Cowboys don't address the tackle position in free agency, don't really address it at the safety position. Just get the bargain guys, not any really big time guys to speak about. They come at 17th. You got a Kinlaw still around, or let's say the safeties, the Delpis, the McKinneys, those guys are fishing around, or even an Espinoza, defensive end. Those guys are hanging around, and you got a Jerry Jeudy. Would you jump out there and draft one of them receivers knowing that you may have a Kinlaw or a Delpit or a safety or anything like that when you got one of a speedster like Jerry Jeudy that may have dropped? Would you jump out there and do that? I'm asking you. I like T. Higgins too. He is a good player. And also Denzel Mims from Baylor. Justin Jefferson is not a slouch. Neither is Brandon Ayuk, I believe. Not a slouch. But Justin Jefferson had a real good and Jalen Reagor. He's picking up steam too. All these guys that were mentioned, and there's even more. KJ Hill is another guy I love from Ohio State. Had a banging Senior Bowl. Devin Duvernay from Texas. He's got the build like a Randall Cobb, stocky, fast. A lot of guys out there. Would you jump out there and draft Jeudy? I am going to discuss tight ends, but not today because I want to have all my info. I want to get in depth with it. So I'm going live tomorrow too, though. If you'd love to jump in, I'm going to probably be talking about tight ends tomorrow because I just don't want to include them today because they're just different to me. It's a different animal. And plus, I don't want to keep y'all all night because I'll talk all freaking night, and y'all be like, man, dude, shut up and get off of here and go to bed. You just keep talking. You just won't shut up. So y'all probably tell me to shut up because I could talk on here all night. Sorry. So I'll probably just talk about them tomorrow. I apologize. I just don't want to talk about the tight ends today. So y'all would take Jeudy over these top guys. And I'm trying, these fools, they're supposed to send me this my invite if I'm getting one by this weekend. So please, once again, football God, get me to this combine. I got to go to the last few. I want to go to this one. It would be awesome. I went strictly for defense, though. I'm not going for the receivers, anything like that. I'm strictly defense, defensive line, defensive tackle, and cornerbacks. So safety, all the defensive guys. That's where the days I'm trying to go to. So hopefully that door will open up. I love you, Skywalker. I say it all the time, don't I? And then I don't never shut up. I know. I'm sorry. I should just shut up. I can't help it, y'all. I apologize. I just sometimes I feel like I'm talking too much, and y'all like, man, shut the hell up, dude. Can we get off the feed now? I got you, Angel. Yeah, you always with the you, Juwan. I got you. Now here's the thing with me. if the Cowboys jump out there and get one of them dog defensive tackles and they don't be frugal and do one of those bargain basement things, and they get my ultimate guy who I would love for them to get, Jordan Phillips, if they were to jump out and get somebody like that or a couple other good dogs, then I wouldn't trip. But I guess I'm in my head, I'm confused because I want to if they get somebody as a defensive tackle, then I'm thinking let's go after safety. But that Judy kid is nasty. He is really nasty. But I just feel like that was just throw the writing on the wall for Cooper. And I'm sorry, I'm sold on Cooper. I want Cooper back. I want Cooper to stay. I don't want Cooper to go. I know he's going to cost a lot of money, and I know it's probably smarter to go cheaper, especially with the deep the draft is. But I'm a Cooper guy, and I'm kind of staying with that. But if I'm thinking like the Cowboys, if they get a dog defensive tackle in that free agency, I think that might change the thought, and they might go high with a corner. I mean, not a corner, but a receiver. Corner could be drafted as well, but I hope pray they don't draft a corner in the first round because I just don't trust cornerbacks in the first. I just don't trust them. That's just too out of a position to come in and really dominate like you want. So I hope they don't go that route. I just hope they don't do that. But all right. Good talking today to y'all. Appreciate you. I'm heading out of here. I'm about to go get me some damn food. But before I get off of here, go check out the DC4L download. It was a great show yesterday with my boy Skywalker Steele. It's on Facebook. DC4L. If you're not a member, go jump in there and become a member. DC4L download. That show was hot. The graphics was hot. Skywalker Steele is the man. He's the beast. He was on my ones and twos, and I'm just big game, just talking and speaking, spitting like we do. We had a great back and forth. That was a great talk. Every Tuesday we're looking to be in there for DC4L. DC4L download. It's a hot new show, and I'm telling you, what we did over there yesterday was just the tip. It was a teaser. We are going to be getting so nasty in depth over there. It's going to be crazy. And keep on supporting, liking, and subscribing. We got this network thing that we're going to get popping. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying no names, but we are in the cahoots. We are in the works to make this thing nasty for y'all. Multiple people. Just nasty. So you just keep on supporting the Skywalker Steels, the Big Game James, the Dallas Prospects, the Law Nations of the world, the Boss Cowboys. You keep on supporting us like no other because we have something all in the works for you that you're going to love. Can't really say, but we are working hard to make this thing so official for you guys that this is going to be like a running type network that we have a vision for that we've been talking about for the last few years. And it's going to happen. But we just patiently waiting for things to open up. But we need you guys to continue to support. Hey, ho, I got a $5 holla from my guy, Jawan James. Thank you with the smacker. Thank you with the smacker. Thank you with the smacker. Appreciate the smacker. But, yeah, man, support this damn train because it's going to be lit. If y'all get excited watching that NFL Network and all that stuff, because I did. I remember when I watched ESPN when I was young, and I used to get excited. Oh, I can't wait to them talk. Well, we want to have that same thing with y'all. And we come in with that, not the but it'll be something like that. And then you see the, woo! Y'all ain't going to be ready for this when this thing is official, man. I'm telling y'all going to be like, wow, this stuff is hard. So please support because we're going to make this shit bang. All right? I think that's it. I love every one of y'all. Thank you for all the support. The Super Chat donations, shout out to you for that. Shout out for the great talk back and forth. The feed was ridiculous. Man, it was awesome. I love listening to you guys. You guys are some smart mud suckers, boy. Y'all teach me things every day. That's why I love this group. I love the supporters, and I love when we all jump in there. That's why y'all always got to jump in here when I go live, or my dogs go live. That's why I try to not to go live when they go live, because I want everybody to get that goodness of them, and then when they're done with them, get some goodness of me. And then when you're done with me, get some goodness of Law, or get some goodness of Vach, or somebody else out there. You feel me? Don't want to all go at the same time. You want to get different goodness. It's like when you come into this with Dallas Cowboys, you got all kind of different cakes and snacks. You feel me? You got snacks over here. You got a jelly-filled donut. You got a cream-filled donut over here. You got a glaze right here. You got a French curler over there. All different varieties, but it all tastes good. You feel me? So just make sure you remember that. All right? So I love y'all. I appreciate you. Miss Scouting Pro, don't forget that. Okay? Don't forget that, Miss Scouting Pro. Get in my inbox and tell me, please. I need to know. And I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Hey, I can't help it, man. Go get some donuts, dog. Go get some Krispy Kremes. I mentioned a bunch of donuts. Take your butt right now. If you got a Krispy Kreme near your area, you heard Big Game James talk about all these damn good-ass donuts. I want one right now. Go out there and buy you some Krispy Kremes, and when you bite into it, say Big Game James said so. All right? Love y'all. Peace. Talk to you soon. I'm out. Deuces.